Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Skillzy. Today we're going to be going over all the NBA 2K26 news we have gotten so far, the information that Mike Wang has given us, all the information he has given up on his Twitter, questions about the gameplay, and also we'll be going over Zach, who's a developer at 2K, and we're going to be looking at some of the build names that they have officially announced. What he has officially announced, and some of the build names that the community has suggested for the trailer. I'm not gonna break it down because everybody has already broken down the trailer and everything we have learned. I posted a few YouTube shorts about it, but so we're not gonna get too deep into the trailer. But we will be starting off with the Mike Wang tweaks. We're gonna go all the way down until we see his very first tweet, and we're just gonna quickly skim through all of them, and then we just go over it in case you haven't been on Twitter, you don't know you wouldn't know this information because this is information that he has posted on his Twitter and not his like anything else. Unless you're in the NBA 2K Discord, I believe he just answered them on there as well. But if you're not on there on Twitter, you wouldn't know about any of this information. So the first piece of news we have got is that there will be no RNG in shooting in NBA 2K26. He has confirmed it officially, and he said there will be a pure green window. On pro or lower difficulties, you can still make whites, but on all the online game modes which we will be playing, it's green or miss, and it's no RNG in shooting. So we love to hear that. That's the first tweet he gave us, and it was a big one because this year a lot of people were complaining about the RNG. Next year that will not be the case. There's no RNG. And then once we go up, are there instant greens in NBA 2K26? And this is what he said. This year we made the jump shot, sellies, and shot feedback dynamic based on the quality of the shot. It factors the shooter's rating, defensive coverage, and shot timing or tempo for rhythm shots. If you have an excellent release and a wide open shot with a good shooter, you'll get an instant green. So if you're wide open and you're a good shooter, you can get instant greens. But if you do have a lower rating and it's a contested shot, you will not get the instant green. You will have to wait for the feedback, which is honestly fine with me. I think that is a good uh, way to improve from last year. I'm completely I do like that. Are there any different shot meter options? We have all the shot meters options for NBA 2K24 and 2K25 to choose from this year, including the new default meter that you saw in the trailer. So that's a W in my opinion, and you can actually see the green window this year. So that is a big W in my opinion. Another good piece of information right there. Are there any changes to contest system? There has been a number of changes to the contest system logic. We have rebalanced the effectiveness of hands up, no jump contest, and jumping contests to better reflect how shots are impacted in real life. And if you played NBA 2K25, you know you can be on somebody, you can be all up on them, and then when they shoot, it's just open. So I hope you can actually contest shots and have good defense. I want more. I want the game to be harder for offense than it is for defense. So I do hope this is true, and it's harder to get wide open shots, especially off the dribble. I think this hopefully, if what he's saying is true, I will like that. Next question is: are there any changes to how agility and bars work? And he's basically said it's very close to how it was in NBA 2K25, but there have been some minor tweaks. For example, if you spam too many escape moves in a short amount of time, you will drain a bar. So it's basically gonna be the same thing as 2K25, which is fine with me. Not the biggest fan of adrenaline bars, but it's the same. Next up, is there any still a high low risk score settings? No, for shot and layup timing, the risk score settings have been removed, which is a big W again. We don't need low risk or normal risk. Come on, just give us high risk only, green or miss. We like that. Next up, do height and attribute restrict work for the custom layups? And he does say height and rating restrictions are similar to NBA 2K25 for the new custom layup packages. So if you qualify for a specific player's layup package in NBA 2K25, you will qualify for all the players' individual normal, reverse, quick scoop, floater, euro, hop step, and spin packages in NBA 2K26. If you guys somehow didn't know, in NBA 2K26 you can make custom layup packages. You can take like Devin Booker's floater with like Shea Gilgeous Alexander quick scoop, and then like James Harden your step, and then like a Kyrie reverse and stuff like that. So you can make some crazy layup packages next year, and hopefully it'll make layups a bit more effective. And we don't need to just rely on dunks only when we go to the paint, because now we actually have good layup packages to finish at the rim. This is just a lot of Corsair report that was part of the trailer and the announcement, so we're not gonna go over that. Can you use a quick protect even when without a defender reaching on you? Does it use adrenaline bar? So you can use the quick protect at any time, even if no one's around, and it does not consume adrenaline bar. So if this move is actually how it's supposed to be, like real life, like how Luka does it, where he gets off the screen and puts the defender behind his back, this move will be one of the best moves for players going downhill, playing a 2-on-1 with the center and the opposing team center. So if you're a good guard, you are going to be using this if it's actually good and how to use it in real life. So I'm really excited to try out this move right here. The question that needs to be answered was so frustrating the whole year of 2K. So this is about the loose ball. So ball handlers will be quote unquote stunned for a moment when the ball gets poked away from them, and the bigs will play a slight stumble if they're heavily contested shots blocked under the rim to give the defense an edge in recovering the 50-50 ball. If you're playing NBA 2K25, you know if you poke the ball from the offensive player, they're gonna go get it, because that's how it was for some reason. Every time you poke it, the offensive play got it 90% of the time. Same with the bigs. If they got blocked, they just got the ball back. So I like this because, like I said, I want defense to be better than offense. Dunk meter window will adjust dynamically like layups. That's a W. So I'm just gonna kind of skim through it. For the L2 cheese, they made it where it's super easy to get, where they reduce the unrealistic motion cuts, and then they also, in a different tweet, does say you can also steal from the opponents if they're trying to post you from way far out on the 3-point line. So that's another a good change. Anyone can perform the quick catch and shoot mechanic. There are no restrictions. That is a big W. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the no dip catch and shoot. So when you catch the ball, you don't have to bring the ball all the way down. All you have to do is hold L2 and then you shoot the ball. As soon as you catch it, and your player won't bring the ball down, and you can do quick catch and shoots. So this is going to be really nice for people who play in the corners, and if will kind of help out the offense a little bit, so you can't play too much help from the corners because you can do a quick catch and shoot. That's a big W. Are there any changes to dunking? Yes, holding turbo on the pro stick down is how you meet a dunk. This will encourage more flashy dunks. The dunk meter logic has changed a lot, and you'll notice a much bigger green window on open dunks, both driving and standing, which is a W because I feel like this year the dunk meter was really bad because a guard with no interior defense can put you out of your dunk. So hopefully they do help out the slashers a little bit there. How does rhythm shooting and button shooting compare? The goal was to make rhythm shooting and button shooting both valuable options, with neither having an advantage over the other, but they're very different mechanics, so it's not really possible. He basically says they're different, but rhythm shooting is still more rewarding, according to Mike Wing. So another year of rhythm shooting. Can you explain the rhythm shooting works? Can I still get in the shot with earlier late timing? So this is actually a big one. So look, I'm gonna make this full screen. Rhythm shooting is basically all about mastering your shot's unique tempo. There's still an ideal timing. So you guys can read it. Basically, what he says is the the point you release doesn't matter as much. It's more about the tempo. So if you are getting, like, if someone's closing you down and you can release the shot a bit faster, but as long as if you get the tempo right, you can still green the shot and make it. So that's a good change, but it might make rhythm shooting even more OP, to be honest with you, by the sounds of it. Here's some more changes to dribbling. Are there any changes to dribbling besides the new control? Dribbling has changed a lot in NBA 2K26. Branching and chaining moves will generally feel more responsive, and you can interrupt more moves than you could in interpret. I can't speak that word. We made an effort to make dribbling faster and inputs more responsive as well. Yeah, I can read it. Basically, you can do more dribble moves and they're more effective. And they did bump up this gameplay speed, so the game should feel faster. This is a control change. Since double tapping circle is a wrap pass now, can you still do flashy passes? You can do flashy passes by pressing cross and circle on PS5. So Yep, and there's also a self alley-oops are now mapped to square plus a triangle. So that's how you do it. Throw a self alley-oop. If you don't have a rebounding, if you don't green a rebound, you can still get the rebound. But if you do, it just boosts the chance of you getting it. And then the green window is the same for the quick catch and shoot and normal catch and shoot. The baseline, that's not important. Can we pull the chair? You can pull the chair by pressing circle. Can we, will there be a boost for turning off the jump shot meter? Yeah. So that's basically, I covered all the important stuff. There's still some other stuff. You guys can go to Mike Wing's Twitter and look at the other tweets, but I just covered the important stuff. Now let's go look at a few build names that Zach confirmed on Twitter. He said, if you have any suggestions, make sure you let me know which skills that player will have, and I'll try to get it. So some of the suggestions were point fading wizard, and then as you can see, if you look at the replies, he says this one is done, which a point fading wizard is like a mid-range shooting point forward. And then we got some over here. We got a 3-point titan. He said this is the one that he said it's already in, which is the stretch cleaner. He said there's stretch cleaners. They're gonna be called stretch 4 cleaner and stretch 5 cleaner. So that's a confirmed name. And then over here, he said he loves these suggestions. So look through these names and you might see some of them on NBA 2K26. I like this one a lot. Two-way ISO combo guard are a one of a kind. Mid-range assassin, post prodigy, bucket getter, board crasher, backed out bandit, a bully bandit, shot creator, stretch 4/5, ankle collector. So there's some cool names that he's liking. So hopefully they're in the game. ISO glass cleaner. So that's like a cool name. I hope we do get some cool names and more better names than we got last year. So these are some of the suggestions from the community. I like some over here. The Rim Reaper, Defensive Punisher, Pressure Cooker, Backpack Bully, Steel Curtain, Knockdown Artist, Certified Bucket, Elbow Expert, One Man Offense. One Man Offense is a crazy name. So there are some crazy suggestions, and there were a few that he confirmed. If we go ahead and look at his replies, well, the one with Granny was the one he confirmed. He said he loves these ones, so we could potentially see some of these ones over here. Anything else? These names fire. So let's look at this. Which names he's talking about? Oh, he just replied to his own tweet. Awkward. So anything else? He liked. Well, that's basically everything, okay? If you want to see more suggestions, you can go to his Twitter, or you can go on his Twitter and reply to the tweet yourself and suggest something. So this is it for today's video. If you guys did like this video, please make sure to drop a like. For more NBA 2K26 content, we're going to be going hard once the game comes out. This is just a lot of news video. Leave a like, comment what you want to see next, subscribe if you're new. Other than that, it's been your boy Skillzy, and I'm out. Peace out, everybody.